Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in. We get ready to rock and roll here for another wild night of racing action. It is a practice race here for the Dirt Clash Super Street Series, the Monday Night All-Stars. As these drivers head to the beautiful dirt track at Charlotte, they are ready to get rolling here as qualifying underway. Practice already come and gone. Drivers out there rolling on the racetrack, looking to put down their quickest lap time here. See T-Jack in the Black Diamond Mafia Majula Say Speed Shop. Johnson's Speed Shots, number 822 ride, currently quickest here in qualifying. Carl Kilgore right there behind him in second as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for our heat race action. Drivers getting loaded into the sim here down on the front straightaway, and things are about to get started here quickly this afternoon as drivers already in their cars, already ready to rock and roll and duke it out here on the high banks at Charlotte. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get ready for a wild night of racing action. Good to see some more dirt track racing coming up and a lot more leagues getting started here with the dirt track aspect of things. We've been doing a lot of pavement stuff lately. Trust me, I like doing pavement, but man, that the dirt track is where it's at. Mother, how are you, Mother? Mother coming in showing the love. Says hi, Aaron. Hello, Mother. How are you? How are you? How are you? How you been? How's your day going? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful day as we get ready to roll here out in front, starting on the pole. Here in heat race number 1, it's the 32, the Sunrise Racing ride of Jacob Stefanski. It is outside the DWR iRacing iFlag 720, that is Jackie Whaley. Starting in position number 3, in the 43, it's Grady Ehrman. To his outside in the 822 is the Shark, T-Jack, Tyler Jackson. Starting there in position number 4. Starting in that 5th position in the number 15 ride, it's the Sunrise Racing Machine, the PJ Auto ride of Steven Stefanski. To his outside, the 17 ride, that is Jordan Osterholt. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Jordan is, hopefully I say that last name correctly. And then we see Anthony Helms in the 97 ride, the 71 machine. That is Michael Thompson and Johnny Hirsch bringing up the rear of the field. Jacob Holiday, unfortunately, not rolling out onto the racetrack to start this heat races. My boy Ty Dickinson coming in showing the love with that heart reaction as heat race number 1 is underway here in the practice race for the Monday Night All-Stars in the Dirt Clash Super Street Series. Stefanski quickly leads us down into quarter number 1, but here comes 2 fast cats right there on his back bumper. The 43 of Grady Ehrman and the 720 of Jackie Whaley trying to figure out a way in a line to try to jump up here and make the move around the 32. Across the line, almost door to door, but it's Stefanski who leads lap number 1 as Jacob's out in front, but man, oh man, you can throw a blanket over our top 4 right now, man. These guys are showing a lot of good speed and some great racing talent out there on the racetrack, and that's why they are all 4 of these drivers part of the Monday Night All-Stars. More and more drivers can have an opportunity to join that series. If you have any questions, make sure you get a hold of me or search for the Dirt Clash Super Street Series on Facebook as we get ready to see who can pick up the checkered flag. We see a pass for the lead here. It's Jackie Whaley in the 720 ride. He's going to use that middle lane to his advantage. He's going to cruise around the outside there of Stefanski. Stefanski is going to slide back now to position number 3 as here comes the 822 of Tyler Jackson, who's going to pull the trigger here to try to get to the inside of that 720 ride. Couldn't quite hold it down low there as he'll have to settle back in behind that 720 ride, but he isn't done yet. He's setting him up for another big run down into quarter number 3. Are we going to see it here? The slide jump in quarter 3 and 4. Jackie Whaley with the great crossover though, back across the line, will stay out in front and he'll pay him back here in corner 1 and 2. Some great racing action here between T-Jack and Whaley as they continue to duke it out. You see that Dark Side Racing Sipes Landscaping Studio A Hair Salon 43 rider Grady Ehrman tracking him down. Jacob Stefanski right there as well as he slid back now into position number 4. Is contact between our leaders. T-Jack into the outside fence, so does Jackie Whaley. tough break there for Whaley. Heavy damage on that 720 right. See him parked up there on the outside wall, and that will hand the race lead over to Grady Ehrman. So Ehrman now out in front, leading the way as T-Jack trying to get rolling here once again. He's trying to get to the back bumper of that 43 ride. The 32 of Jacob Stefanski right there within striking distance, as well as he works to the inside of that 822 ride. The Alpha Shark trying to jump up here and make the move to get back to the front of the field, as we'll take a look back and see the contact here between the two leaders, and just unfortunately just running tight together, just ran out of room, and unfortunately for Jackie Whaley, getting the worst end of that deal as we see the white flag fly one more time around here for Grady Ehrman. As Ehrman nice and easy down through corner number 3. T-Jack with one more chance, trying to make it bite down low, but he can't get the run that he needs as Grady Ehrman picks up heat race win number 1. Tyler Jackson, Jacob Stefanski, Steven Stefanski, and Michael Thompson are top 5 here in this one. Helms, Oysterholt, Hurst, Whaley, and Holiday round out our first heat race of the evening. Anthony James, Rob Stefanski, my boy Black Phoenix, all coming in with the likes on the stream. Matt Taylor coming in, showing the love with that heart reaction. Is my boy Ty says, let's get it, T-Jack. Let's get it, T-Jack, he says, cheered on his Black Diamond Mafia crew out there on the track. And T-Jack almost able to pull that one off. Unfortunately, just coming up one spot shy there, and a little bit of damage on that number 822 ride after that contact between him and Jackie Whaley. We'll have to wait and see how that transpires into our feature event, as two very fast cars duking it out heavily there at the front of the field. As we get ready here, heat race number 2 going to roll out onto the racetrack, is starting on the pole in the Sunrise Racing. Number 2 ride is the WB Crave Designs machine. That is Cameron Stefanski. To his outside, no slouch at being able to pick up a checkered flag. It is William Hargraves in the Dirt Panda Malum Electric, and number 71 ride as Hargraves starts there in second. Starting in position number 3 in the Black Diamond Mafia Papa Mike Promotions 5-6 graphics ride, it is the 15 machine of Matt Taylor. Starting there in third, his outside in the 9 ride is the Majula Say Speed Shot machine of Carl Kilgore. Starting in position number 5 in the 9 ride is the Exalta machine of Philip Oysterholt. Into his outside in the White Knuckle Setup Shop DCSSS Throttle Down Motorsports ride, that is Dylan Simmons. Starting in position number 7 in the 67, that is Camden Kelson. Into his outside in the 13 ride, the Harley Davidson machine, that is Greg Jolly. Dakota Proud's going to bring up the rear of the field in the 19 ride as we are Green Flag Racing once again here from the Dirt Track at Charlotte, as quickly Cameron Stefanski on the loud pedal as they're going to go 3 wide, almost 4 wide, down the back straightaway. Matt Taylor poking his nose down low. Carl Kilgore trying to roll the outside lane as William Hargraves jumps up and takes this race lead away. Did not take long for the Joyride Designs KC Speedworks number 71 rider William Hargraves to get to the point here. See Carl Kilgore still trying to roll the extreme high side here, getting that 9 car wound up, getting some big runs, just trying to find a hole to the outside of that 2 ride. Unfortunately, those gaps are closing up in a quick hurry down the straightaways. He's got that big owl ride though hooked up and looking pretty, as unfortunately for the 67 ride of Camden Kelson up into the outside fence there, and a little bit of damage there for him, but he's going to keep on trucking, keep on rolling there, and you see Dakota Proud running into some issues there as well. It's out in front. William Hargraves leads the way as Massey says, how many Stefanskis are there? I think tonight there's only 3. But there is quite often 4 Stefanskis. So the whole Stefanski clan has a bunch of drivers here that run the series, and it definitely makes our job a little bit more tougher when they're kind of all bunched together and it's Stefanski kind of all running right there. As Hargraves out in front though, he's been able to drive away from our pole sitter, Cameron Stefanski, who's now slid back into position number 4. Has a little bit of front end damage, has lost that front bumper on that number 2 ride as he's looking to try to jump up and clear the 33 there of Dylan Simmons, and luckily enough, no serious contact there, but a pretty good whack right there. I'm sure the 33 ride's not going to be very happy about that, as the 2-car kind of came right up and over his nose. As out in front, it's still William Hargraves leading the way here as Carl Kilgore into second here, trying to track him down. Kilgore running out of time, though, to hunt down that 71H machine, as Matt Taylor sitting pretty here in third as the Julius Speed Shop Black Diamond Mafia machine there in position number 3. And then a big gap back to Stefanski, Simmons, Oysterholt, Proud, and Kelson, as Greg Jolly, unfortunately, already taking the Harley-Davidson 13 ride off the racetrack. As Kilgore leads the way here down the back straightaway, trying to open up a little bit more of an advantage here between himself and Carl Kilgore, as Kilgore still just trying to hunt him down, giving it everything he can, but time is winding down and he's only got one more lap to try to find what he needs to get to the back bumper of William Hargraves, and that may not be enough, as he has to still figure out a way to get around him, and I don't think he's got enough time, as through quarter number 3 and out of quarter number 4, it's William Hargraves who picks up checkered flag number 2 on the evening. Picks up that second heat race win with Kilgore, Taylor, Stefanski, and Overholt there right behind him. As we'll get ready here for our main feature event drivers. We'll get ready to roll out onto the racetrack here. A quick warm-up session. Everybody will advance into the show here. No one's going to go home early, so everyone will get an opportunity here to earn themselves some extra money, as there's some money on the line here this evening. So first place is going to come away with a $75 payday. Second place is going to come home with $50. And third place going to come home with $25 here. 25 big ones there for a third place finish. And that is a beautiful thing to see, especially for a free race. No one had to pay to be in here. No one had to worry about entry fees or anything else. All you got to do is show up, show out, and try to park yourself up on the podium to earn yourself an extra little bit of payday here in the mid-May, Monday evening. You can't ask for anything better for iRacing, that is for certain. And a huge shout out to the whole Dirt Clash Super Street Series, coming together and making this event possible, and having drivers jump out there for a fun run with a little bit of extra dough on the line, a little bit more of an incentive there, which could make for some fireworks here late in the race when drivers know they want to earn themselves that payday. Carl Kilgore going for a little loop-de-loop there down the back straightaways. You see Grady Ehrman out there on the racetrack. I'm going to be expecting to see T-Jack, Whaley, Kilgore, Ehrman, probably Steven Stefanski, Jacob Stefanski up towards the front of the field. William Hargraves right there in that notion as well. Very fast cats here this evening looking to duke it out to try to earn themselves some extra money, as Rob Stefanski and Grady Ehrman both coming in, showing the love with the likes on the stream. How are you, Grady? How are you, Rob? Coming in, showing the love with the reactions here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button. If you're watching over on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, make sure you guys hit that follow and subscribe button. Become part of the PeaceMaker family. Become part of the PeaceMaker crew here today. As warm-up slowly but surely coming to a close here, we'll get ready for our main feature event here, a 60-lap feature event for these drivers to jump out there, compete, and see who can end up in victory lane here today. As they get ready to roll, we'll get ready here and prepped up as we going to take a quick little break, get a quick drink into us, and then we'll be back here for our starting lineup in just a minute or so. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show? Well, here you go. Our starting lineup is gonna look like this. On the pole position, in the Sipes Landscaping number 43, it's the Dark Side Racing ride of Grady Ehrman. To his outside heat race number 2 winner, it is the Mellum Electric Viv's Linker Joyride Designs Dirt Panda 71H of William Hargraves. Starting in position number 3 in the Alpha Shark, it is T-Jack, the Black Diamond Mafia Majula A Speed Shop ride. That is the 822 of Tyler Jackson. To his outside in the 9 ride, it is the KC Speedworks Majula A Speed Shop number 9 ride of Carl Kilgore. Starting in position number 5 in the 32 ride, it is the Sunrise Racing Throttle Down Motorsports number 32 of Jacob Stefanski. His outside in the Black Diamond Mafia 5.6 Graphics Pop Mike Promotions number 15, that is Matt Taylor. Starting in position number 7, the other 15 on the racetrack, the PJ Auto Sunrise Racing WB Crave Designs ride number 15, that's Steven Stefanski. His outside the 2 ride, it's another Sunrise Racing ride in another Stefanski, is Cameron Stefanski, starts there in position number 8. Starting in the 9th position in the 71 ride, that is Michael Thompson. Days outside, that is Philip Osterholt. And then we see Jordan Osterholt starting there into the inside of row number 6. Dakota Proud, Jackie Whaley bringing up the rear of the field here as our A-Main feature event is going to get underway here from the dirt track at Charlotte as the 43 of Grady Ehrman down low quickly. Opening up a bit of a lead here as he's got a car length or so between himself and Tyler Jackson and William Hargraves. He's going to stay to that outside lane right there. A little bit of a different lane choice through 3 and 4, and he'll use it to his advantage to lead lap number 1. But now leaving that inside lane wide open for T-Jack Tyler Jackson to try to stuff his nose down low underneath that 43 machine. Kilgore right there in that battle, as well as the 71 ride of William Hargraves is now the thing that drivers will have to have sitting in their back mind here. This is a very long race, 60 laps of racing action here at the dirt track at Charlotte. You gotta be on your tippy toes. You can't be making very many mistakes or any mistakes at all as, oh, contact! Hargraves gets into the back bumper there, and Tyler Jackson almost sent T-Jack into the outside wall right at the flag stand. Good heads-up driving there by both drivers to be able to keep themselves out of trouble. As Grady Ehrman out in front, continue to roll the outside lane here at Charlotte as Carl Kilgore right there on the extreme bottom side, hugging those infield tractor tires. He's not missing them by much, and those things, they do not move, but a very good piece of driving here at the front of the field as you see Jacob Stefanski right there in that hunt as well. Matt Taylor just inside the top 5 as he battles there door to door with Stefanski for that 5th position. Steven Stefanski right back there in that 7th spot with Philip Osterholt there in 8th. Simmons and Cameron Stefanski round out our top 10 as he's got the 19 ride of Dakota Proud looking down to his inside, and a very fast Jackie Whaley. We saw him have to start at the rear of the field here after contact and getting unfortunate damage in that first heat race, and unfortunately did not get to complete that heat race. Started deep in this field, and he's slowly but surely trying to work himself up towards the front of the pack here. Michael Thompson there at 13th with Jordan Osterholt there in that 14th position. Unfortunately, Anthony Helms, Johnny Hurst, Camden Kelson, Jacob Holliday, and Greg Jolly did not jump out onto the racetrack here for this A-Main feature event. As out in front, Grady Ehrman continues to hold down that top spot, but he's getting a little bit of contact there to his back bumper. As T-Jack Tyler Jackson, the Alpha Shark, trying to take a bite out of that 43 ride down through quarter 1 and 2. He's going to stick right there to his back bumper, following right in his tire tracks as T-Jack trying to put that pressure on the back bumper of the 43. Carl Kilgore still rolling that inside lane here. Has not moved up the racetrack, so very interesting choice here for the 9 ride of Kilgore. Everyone else has kind of migrated towards that middle to outside lane, and he's sticking down low. He's not going to try to decipher and move around and, you know, second guess himself. He had a game plan. He's got this car hooked up, and right now it's rolling that inside lane to perfection. So Carl Kilgore running where everyone else is in, and that is down on that bottom side as Grady Ehrman up on the high side. Maybe he's starting to create a little bit of a log jam as T-Jack has been all over his back bumper. You now see William Hargraves back into that battle, and Matt Taylor right there as well, ready to strike as we see our first caution flag of the day. So our first caution flag is going to fly, and so it looks like Dakota Proud running into some unfortunate breaks here as the 19 right up on the hindsight of the racetrack. Not sure what happens here to Pratt. Looks like oh, the 2 right in front of him already going around. That was Cameron Stefanski. Ended up parked right in front of that 19 right. Let's see if we can play this back and take a look here from Cameron's perspective as, yeah, a little 3 wide battle here, and unfortunately it just does not work out as see, that's Muscles there on the inside. That's Steven Stefanski, Jackie Whaley in the middle, and then Cameron Stefanski, unfortunately, there on the outside, and just the victim of hard 3-wide racing here, and just does not work out. And unfortunately, as he gets turned, he ends up right on the lap here of that number 19 right at Dakota Proud, and fortunately for both the 2 and the 19, pretty extensive damage. Hopefully we see both drivers continue on trucking here this evening as we'll get ready for our first restart of the evening. Our first restart of the day is about to get underway as Grady Ehrman now has to make that big decision on which lane does he want to take. Does he take that bottom lane away from the 9 right, or does he decide to stay up on that outside lane? The only issue is you start on that outside, you may be able to get the good jump of that 9 right. Could send it down into quarter number 1 or quarter number 3 here on this restart and really be able to try and take that lane away from him. Slide up in front of him here as you do see Grady Ehrman. He is going to take that bottom side. So that's going to move Kilgore up to the outside lane. So this is where Kilgore wasn't running. He wanted that inside groove, and fortunately that may not be the best spot for him as you see a great restart right there for Grady Ehrman. He quickly launches down into quarter number 1 here, and he's out in front by half a car length as Kilgore trying to get wound up on the high side here. Now that may be dangerous for the rest of the field as that 9 machine, he's been rolling that inside lane and he's been sticking with them. Once he gets to the outside, maybe he has enough speed to make some moves to get around these drivers, but he's going to quickly jump right back down low. So Kilgore down to the bottom side as Ehrman gets up into the outside fence there, scrums it ever so slightly, and that opens up the door for our first pass for the lead here on the evening. But across the line, I do believe Grady Ehrman was able to just edge out in front there with that hindsight momentum. So Kilgore oh so close to taking this race lead away from that 43 right across the line. See if he can slide up in front of him or if he's just going to stay right down low and continue to run that lane as, again, across the line. Too close to call there as Ehrman and Kilgore door to door here for our race lead. And now you see a new face into this battle as well. That 71H of William Hargraves. He's poking his nose into the fun here at the front of the field. T-Jack right there as well. He isn't win anywhere as the Alpha Shark continue to look to try to take a bite out of each of these drivers in front of him and see if he can try to spit them out back behind him and take this race lead away from both the 43 and the 9 right as Kilgore just continues to hit his marks perfectly down low on the bottom side by Ehrman. Not making any more mistakes up there on the high side. Continue to roll up against the outside wall. Use all the outside momentum coming down the hill here to carry all this speed down into the corners. And that's just able to carry enough run and enough speed to keep him out in front of that 9 ride. And man, oh man, oh man, you see T-Jack, he's like, you know what, you can have the high side, you can have the bottom side. I'm going to go right through the middle here and trying to see if I can make something happen. But now you see William Hargraves gets a little contact there as I don't think the 822 and T-Jack realized he was going to be out there, and a little contact, and the 71H ended up into the outside wall there. A little tire scrum, a little fender bender, and he's able to keep on rolling here, and I'm sure he's probably not going to be super thrilled with that as he was getting a good run to the outside of Tyler Jackson right there to make this a very close 4-car battle at the front of the field. Matt Taylor right back there behind these guys, the Black Diamond Mafia with Julius A Speed Shop 5-6 graphics. Number 15 ride still rolling there in that 5th position. He still has Jacob Stefanski working down to his inside. Is Stefanski right there in that 6th position. You see Jackie Whaley slowly but surely working himself up through the field as he's now into position number 7, up 10 spots from where he started this evening's feature event. Philip Osterholt there in position number 8 with Dylan Simmons down to his inside. The 15 ride, and it's Muscles in the Steve's Landscaping number 15 ride. That's Steven Stefanski in position at number 10. Jordan Osterholt there in position number 11 with Cameron Stefanski. Dakota Proud, Michael Thompson, rounding out our lead lap drivers on the racetrack. As Grady Ehrman, though, continues to lead the way. Ehrman has ran a pretty picture-perfect race all evening long, and now starting to open up a little bit of a lead here, a little bit of an advantage between himself and Tyler Jackson and Carl Kilgore, as that bottom side maybe starting to fade away a little bit more here for the 9 ride, as he's getting some good drive off still, but unfortunately as he continues to slide back, you see T-Jack really getting to his outside, making that move to maybe see if he can jump up and get around that 9 machine of Carl Kilgore's. Now they work door to door here for position number 2. William Hargraves right there in striking distance as well in that 4th spot, as Grady Ehrman bounces it off the wall ever so slightly there at a quarter number 2, but he's able to keep that momentum built up and able to keep these guys right back there behind him, and they're not too far away from being there again. He's only got about half a car length or so, maybe a car length out of these corners. Tell this Hornet's Nest right there behind him with T-Jack, Kilgore, and Hargraves right there ready to strike, and seems like T-Jack very strong down through corner 3 and 4. Not as good down in 1 and 2, but he's trying to make some moves here as he's trying to drive it down deep, looking to go door to door again with that 43 ride, see if he can go up towards a battle for this race lead, as now he takes the inside lane away from the 9 ride, goes for the slide job down here at 3 and 4. Ehrman crosses him over, but this is what we were waiting for. T-Jack says, you know what, I might be done trying to wait around, and that's going to bring the other 2 right there into the battle. As here comes William Hargraves, now trying to work the outside lane here, looking to see if he can jump up and get a lane around the 822. As, oh, again, T-Jack unfortunately pinches him up into the outside fence there. A little bit of contact. We saw that 71H get up onto 2 wheels, but keep on rolling as Hargraves definitely has a fast car. Trying to find a lane here just to get up and around these guys has been a little bit tougher than what I think he was anticipating, as all these drivers know what's on the line. $75 to our race winner, $50 for second, and $25 to come home in position number 3. They all showed up looking for money. It's contact. Oh, T-Jack taking a bite out of the door panel of the 43 ride. Right up there into the numbers, and almost spun himself around as he slipped up and made that little contact with the 43 of Grady Ehrman. A good piece of driving there by Grady as he was able to keep that car pointed in the right direction and not really lose any momentum, as you see William Hargraves right on the back bumper there of that 822 ride, as we see the caution flag fly for the second time here this evening. The caution flag is going to come out. That will bunch everybody back up together, and that could bring a lot of fast cats right back to our race leader's back bumper, and that could make things very, very interesting. It looks like the 9 ride, the Exalta machine of Philip Osterholt. Unfortunately, looks like he may get tied up in this one with Muscles there. Steven Stefanski right behind him as the 9 ride sends it in, and just looks like he's slowly losing the rear end. The 15 ride gives him a little shot in the back bumper. I don't think he realized the 9 ride was going to lose so much momentum through the corner here, and unfortunately, as he does, just gets in there a little too deep and makes that contact. Can't get on the binders quick enough. As you see that 9 ride virtually sideways, and when you're sideways, you're getting no forward bite, no forward drive, and it just kills your momentum. And unfortunately, when that momentum gets killed, drivers behind you that are carrying as much momentum as possible don't get onto the binders as quickly as what they sometimes need, and that's exactly what we saw right there. A quick caution flag, though, as both drivers get turned back around and keep on rolling here, and they'll both get a ticket to the back of the pack and have to try to work themselves back inside the top 10, as they were both right up there inside the top 10. Just unfortunately, nothing that they could really do there to avoid one another. I mean, Stefanski trying to get onto the binders here and unfortunately just couldn't get onto them quick enough, as we'll take a look here on board with Steven Stefanski as he's sent it into the corner, trying to carry as much momentum as possible, and the 9 ride just virtually stops right in front of him there for how sideways he was, and just tough break all around for those two drivers. And we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing as we stack this field back up once again. Our second restart of the evening, as we're just over halfway in and halfway to go here in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to jump into it quick. PeaceMaker Gaming, crank it up. 43 ride's been out in front virtually all evening long. He hasn't missed a beat here. Made a couple times he got into the outside fence and really opened up the door there on that last run for Tyler Jackson, Carl Kilgore to really give him a run for his money. But here on this run since the restart, the Dark Side Racing, Sipes Landscaping, and number 43 ride has been out in front and pulling away here from the rest of the field. Now, the last thing he would want to see is a late race caution flag as he's looking to try to just continue to run away with this one as Tyler Jackson giving everything he can here, trying to find a lane, trying to find the momentum that he needs to maybe hunt down this 43 ride and give that 43 at Grady Ehrman a run for his money. Jacob Stefanski making moves here. Since that restart, found himself away up into position number 3 on the racetrack. So a good piece of heads-up driving there for the 32 ride as Stefanski now into that 3rd spot on the racetrack. Carl Kilgore back to position number 4 and looking for more as William Hargraves and Jackie Whaley battling door to door here for the 5th and 6th spot on the racetrack. He can throw Matt Taylor right into this battle as well as the Black Diamond Mafia. Papa Mike Promotions number 15 ride rolling right there in position number 7. Dylan Simmons, Cameron Stefanski, Dakota Proud are top 10 here in this one. The 9 ride of Philip Osterholt there in 11th with Michael Thompson there in 12th. Steven Stefanski back in 13th, and unfortunately for Jordan Osterholt, he is fallen down a lap here in the 17 ride in. And unfortunately here, more contact towards the front of the field as Jackie Whaley and the 71 rider William Hargraves both coming down pit side here. Contact between two of our drivers up inside the top 10 here. Just outside the top 5, and here you go, the 720 looks to go for a big slide job. Unfortunately, gets into the 71H of William Hargraves there and puts Hargraves right up into the outside fence. A tough piece of racing right there as both drivers giving it everything they can, and unfortunately here for Hargraves, looks like he's just going to get a little contact right there, little tire bang, and it just shoves the front nose up into the outside fence. And you see Whaley right here. He sees that, he kind of made the contact there, kind of slid up into the 71 ride. I don't think he wanted to do that or necessarily meant to do it, as the 720 Ryan's going to pull down to the infield here, take his car off the racetrack as well. So a good veteran move there from Jackie Whaley to own up to his mistake there, and that contact, and not bringing out a caution flag either, taking his car off the racetrack before getting stopped there. Good move there by both drivers, and unfortunate tough break for both Hargraves and Whaley. That may be a great break, though, for the 43 ride of Grady Ehrman, as Ehrman out in front here, an 8/10 of a second lead between himself and Tyler Jackson. T-Jack back there in second with Jacob Stefanski in position number 3. Carl Kilgore back in position number 4, and looking for more as Matt Taylor now finds himself inside the top 5 here in that 5th position. Dylan Simmons there in 6th with Cameron Stefanski in 7th. Dakota Proud, Philip Osterholt, and Steven Stefanski rounding out our top 10. My boy, Cody McCoy, coming in, showing the love here. Cody coming in with the like and the share, says, I'm just here for the fights. Oh my, it's not NASCAR, okay? We're not having fights down in the pits like Kyle Busch and Ricky Stenhouse Jr., okay? None of that, but we might, because there's T-Jack sending it into quarter 3 and 4. He almost caught the back bumper of that 43 ride with only a couple more laps left to go here for Grady Ehrman. He's trying to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes as the gap has gotten smaller. T-Jack half a second back of that 43 ride, but down through quarter number 3 and out of quarter number 4. We're going to see that white flag fly. So one more time around for Grady Ehrman as T-Jack sent it in there again, trying to get some bite, trying to get the drive off that he needs to be able to get the run here in 3 and 4. Ehrman will block that inside lane, and Grady Ehrman will pick up the checkered flag here this evening. Grady Ehrman getting it done, picking up the extra payday, $75 going into the 43 rides back pocket here after running a picture-perfect race. He may not have led maybe 1 or 2 laps there as Kilgore and T-Jack were running to his inside. They may have beat him across the line, but for a majority of this race, Grady Ehrman was out in front. This car was absolutely hooked up here all evening long as he parks it into the dirt track at Charlotte Victory Lane here up on the front straightaway as we'll get ready to pull all 3 of these drivers up into the broadcast booth for some post-race interviews as T-Jack there in second in his Black Diamond Mafia, Majula Speed Shop, ShopFergie22.com, number 822 ride there in second in the Sunrise Racing DCSSS Throttle Down Motorsports number 32 ride of Jacob Stefanski, rounding out our top 3. Man, what a run, what a drive by all 3 of these competitors. Very tough competitors, no slouches when it comes to any of these dirt track racing things that we have here on iRacing. But man, what a show, what a performance there. Let's hear a huge congratulations for Grady Ehrman as we get ready to pull him into the broadcast booth. Just going to wait patiently here for these drivers to jump into the booth, as I'm sure they're all in here. You see Stefanski's in this Discord, unless they're going to jump into my Discord. I'm not sure which Discord they're jumping into. D-Jack's in here, and I'm pretty sure Grady Ehrman's also in here. I checked, Ehrman was in here. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see if we get top 3 up into the broadcast booth here. I'm not sure if they're going to come in or not. I'm not 100% sure, but man, pretty wild race. I'm not going to lie. Only a couple caution flags. Not a lot of cars out there on the racetrack, but the racing there that we saw at the front of the field is a pure example of what we see every single Monday night with the Monday Night All-Stars. Man, we see these guys duking out like that every single Monday night, and I can't wait for the next series to get underway here. There you go. I do believe I saw Grady join the Discord here. I see T-Jack in the waiting room, so we'll try to get each of those drivers pulled up here as we do have T-Jack waiting patiently. There's Grady. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here for our race winner, Grady Ehrman, as he parks it up in Victory Lane. We're going to pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Grady, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
Yes, sir, I got you.
And Grady, man, what a run and what a drive. Virtually leading every single lap here in this feature event. Kilgore might have beat you across the line there a couple times as, man, there was a lot of pressure all around you through majority of that race until that final caution flag, that final restart. You were able to just open up a good lead there and kind of cruise away to a victory, but T-Jack was right there trying to scare you a little bit, trying to, put a little pressure there on you, maybe make you make a mistake late in this race, but you never faltered. You really never made too many mistakes out there where we saw you get into the wall once or twice, kind of bounce off of it, keep on going, but the one time you did that through that middle portion of the race, it really opened up the door for Kilgore and for that 822 ride to really get down to your inside and kind of go a little 3 wide and door-to-door action there for multiple laps.
Yeah, it was definitely crazy. I saw T-Jack in the mirror catching up to me, and he was gaining on me, and it was a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fast guys in there. I was sweating the whole time. It was definitely a lot of fun. These guys are really fast, and it's really cool to race with these guys at such a good level. So
Absolutely. When you get onto a stage like the dirt track at Charlotte and you can sit there and perform with some of the best in the business, when you look at, Carl Kilgore, Tyler Jackson, William Hargraves in there, and, you have other drivers in this class and in this race that are, no slouches themselves. When you look back through there and you see, Matt Taylor or Jacob Stefanski and Jackie Whaley out there, to be able to just stay out in front and keep them all at bay lap after lap after lap, man, it's going to feel pretty dang good and put a little bit of a chip on your shoulder knowing that you were able to pick up the checkered flag here this evening and put them all behind you.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. Feels really good. I didn't think I'd get a top 3 this race, especially with it being so long. I tried to save for 10 laps, but that didn't really go too well once I saw T-Jack in my mirror, so I'm just glad we got it done.
Absolutely, definitely trying to save out there, and not a whole lot of time to do that. As you said, there was a lot of pressure right there on your back bumper and right to the inside of you for majority of the first, 30, 40 laps of this race. But you were able to open up that lead and kind of cruise home to a very solid win and an extra payday here. Brought to you by the Dirt Flash Super Street Series and their Monday Night All Stars for coming in and being able to put on some extra money races here for you guys, kind of build some interest for the Monday Night All Stars, and being able to come in here and be able to pick up that payday and everything else has got to be it's gonna be a pretty good feeling. Not many people get to be able to jump onto a simulator and win some money like this on a Monday night in the middle of May.
Yeah, it was definitely cool to see that they were putting on a race. I was just scrolling on Facebook when I got home from work and saw on Discord that they were running a race, so I figured I'd run it. I haven't raced in weeks, so I was surprised to even get a top 3. So we're happy to get a good finish here, and thanks everybody who put on this race tonight, Jacob and Dustin and you for streaming. It was definitely a lot of fun, so thank you guys.
Absolutely, brother. Grady, is there anyone else you'd like to thank here for such a great run and strong performance this evening?
Yeah, Sipes Lawn Care, Sipes Driveway Sealing, everybody at my team, DSR, Carl, he's a great mentor. He's been helping me a lot recently, so shout out to him. Stormy Sea, Shrimp Market, Valley Contracting, Studio A Hair Salon, Juju Sweets, and I think that's everybody on there. And shout out to you and everybody else who put on this race tonight. It was a lot of fun, so thank you.
Absolutely, Grady. Well, enjoy that extra bit of a payday, and we can't wait to see you back out there on the racetrack and whatever the next thing is we do that you're in. As I'm, I see you around in a lot of different series, a lot of different cars, and it's always fun to talk to you up here in the broadcast booth, and hopefully we can get you back up here very soon.
Yeah, let's hope. It was good talking to you again, man.
Absolutely, brother. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and congratulations again on picking up the dub here this evening.
Thanks, you too, dude.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner, Grady Ehrman, as Ehrman picks up the checkered flag, parks the 43 ride up in victory lane, as we'll get ready to pull in our second place finisher, Tyler Jackson, as T-Jack coming home here in position number 2. We'll get ready to pull T-Jack up in just a few more seconds. So my boy Jason Gunnels coming in with the like on the stream. Cody Horton, Cody coming in, showing the love with the heart reaction. How are you, Cody? Cody coming in, showing the big love. And my boy Skylar Pruitt coming in, showing the love with the like on the stream. How are you, Pruitt? Says, late again. Dang it, late again, Skylar. You keep missing all the action, my dude. You keep missing all the action. What is going on here? What is going on here? My boy Dylan Simmons tuning in as well says, bad part to Jamie Massey is one of them wasn't there. There are 5 of those Stefanskis out there on the racetrack. Absolutely insane when we see all 5 of them out there. Definitely makes it a tongue twister for a lot of the laps, and going through all the drivers and lineups when you get 3 or 4 of them right in a row. It's a Stefanski. It's pretty wild, but it's awesome to see that entire family coming together, having fun together out here on the simulator. But a good run for Jacob in 3rd, but an even better run for our 2nd place finisher, Tyler Jackson, as we'll get ready to pull T-Jack up into the booth. Hey Tyler, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. Take a copy.
Hey, I got you, Aaron.
T-Jack, man, what a run, what a drive. The 822 ride hooked up here this evening. Unfortunately, that final run, you just couldn't quite find what you needed there until fairly late in this race, where he kind of ran out of time to be able to run down and hunt down that 43 rider, Grady Ehrman, who was able to get a pretty good restart there on that final restart and give himself that little bit of an advantage there for a little bit of breathing room that he finally was able to get here in this race, as you and Kilgore and Hargraves and Stefanski were all over his back bumper for multiple laps.
Yeah, it was a really good race. Yeah, and then I don't ever qualify good, and I Q1 tonight, and then there's a 4-car invert, so that was kind of funny. But the heat was a good race, tight racing, and then yeah, the feature was really tight. There was 4 of us battling there for the win for a long time. Track never really did what I thought it was going to do. Maybe we just didn't have enough cars tonight, but it didn't really ever slick up completely. I felt like I kind of burnt my right rear up with like I don't know, like 20 to go, it just felt really loose, and I couldn't run that same line that Grady was running. He was just kind of running the middle and 3 and 4, and kind of the top and 1 and 2. And every time I try to run that line, I just didn't feel comfortable. So started to run like a slider line in both corners, really kind of unorthodox, but it seemed like it was working for a while. And then at the end we were just trying to throw sliders at him just to get him nervous and get him thinking. And a couple times we drew even with him, but we just didn't have enough. He ran a good race tonight.
Absolutely not enough cars out there really on the racetrack to really tear up this racetrack, but you guys were giving it all you got. As you said, 4 cars, basically throw a blanket over them for many, many laps there, and a little bit of 2 wide, 3 wide. You're poking your nose in there, trying to find something, trying to find a way around Kilgore and around that 43 ride. You're finally able to get yourself around Carl in that late race caution flag came out. Did you have a game plan there for that final run, or were you just trying to hang on and hope for the best and maybe see that 43 ride maybe fall off a little bit? Or we saw you really moving around the racetrack, trying that big slider line, trying some different things to find whatever you needed to try to hunt him down late in this race?
Yeah, I think me and Carl probably both burnt our stuff up running that hard side by side for as many laps as we did. I think running the bottom like he was running, I think you don't use as much throttle, but I think you tear up the tires more holding that tighter line. So I think he faded. I think that's what happened to him. But I don't know, maybe he got wrecked or something. But yeah, it just seemed like we had we had one of the cars to beat tonight, which is different for me at Charlotte. So that felt good. And I think if we could have got that heat race win, maybe things would have been different. But you never know. There's no sense in hanging your head about losing to Grady. Grady's really good. He's been really good on here for a while. And yeah, Jacob caught me there for second, and I thought we were going to lose second for a while. And that's why we just started doing something different, and it ended up working out. We always like to win, but they were paying 1, 2, and 3 tonight, so any of those spots are better than fourth or back.
Absolutely, still earning yourself an extra bit of a payday here. $50 going into your back pocket is always, a little bit of an extra, blow, an extra little bit to cushion the blow there of not picking up the win, but still being able to get that payday for a free race and just, something to try to build the momentum back up and, get guys back into the swing of showing up every Monday for the races and everything else and build that little bit of intensity and intriguing, racing and trying to get some more drivers in here for the Monday Night All-Stars, which will get kicked up here shortly.
Yeah, they're doing an unbelievable job with what they're going to pay. I don't know if they've announced the exact numbers. It's the highest street stock championship money I've ever seen on iRace, including the VLR stuff. So hopefully they get a few more cars. I think if you got between 20 and 30 solid guys, that's kind of what you want. I don't think you need 60. When you get 60, it seems like you have 20 of them that cause problems. So I mean, if they get over 20, 25 every week, that'd be really good. Yeah, they got the Racing for Randy deal coming up. It's going to pay really good. I think it's 3 features. I think they're 100 a piece that night, and then I think they're paying a points fund that's like 150 for the 3 races. So they're doing big things with the street stocks. I'm glad to see that they're running this. I was running a different league. It was getting a lot of hand with the wrecking and intentional wrecking, and just it's fun to come out here and race guys that have a little respect for you, and you can trade a little paint and not get mad or ruin your night.
Absolutely. Going out there having fun and having a smile on your face at the end of the checkered flag, whether or not you're in the top spot or, towards, the back of the pack, as long as you had a good time is what we're really looking for. And being able to bring that extra money in and making everyone's lives a little bit easier and, having the ability to go out there and earn that extra little bit of money is definitely a very solid thing here for all of the competitors here for the Monday Night All-Stars, and makes the league very, very interesting, very intriguing to see who's going to be showing up, who's going to be showing out, and who's going to be able to pick up all those checkered flags and a championship here at the end of this next season.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to the next season, and I like when there's a series, that I don't know what the right word is. I guess when there's a little prestige to it, where they're paying a little money, or it's you got some of the better guys. I like to run those series. Once a week's good enough for me, and that way I put a little practice in during the week and get really tuned in. think we hit on something recently. We've tried some different stuff with the steering settings again, and it seems to be working. So yeah, we're ready for those Mondays, and hopefully we'll be able to take home that big check at the end of the year.
Absolutely, brother. Well, Tyler, a very good start here as the practice race, coming home with the extra $50 payday and a solid second-place finish. Who would you like to thank here for such a great performance this evening from the dirt track at Charlotte?
Oh yeah, the usual people: CFME Sports, Majula Say Speed Shop, KC Speedworks, Black Diamond Mafia, all those guys for bringing me on board. Logan Speed Shots. I got one more. ShopFergie22.com. And you, as always, can't wait to watch the broadcast. I think, I mean, from the driver's seat tonight, we were really tight racing, so hopefully it was a good broadcast.
Absolutely, brother. A very good broadcast and a lot of fun here watching you guys duke it out, and can't wait for the series to get underway to start seeing you guys here on a weekly basis once again back out there on the racetrack.
All right, have a good night, Aaron.
Yes, you as well. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our second place finisher, Tyler Jackson, T-Jack, coming home here in position number 2. A great run and a great drive there for Tyler Jackson as we'll get ready to pull in our third place finisher here, that number 32 with Jacob Stefanski. But my boy Craig Michael Deacon says, hey, legend, being in hospital, emergency stomach surgery, in a lot of pain, but recovering, brother. My boy Craig, take care of yourself, my dude. Take care of yourself. I'm glad that you're recovering, and hopefully they give you something for the pain that helps it out better. I know a lot of the main things that they give you, even Advil, stuff like that, can really still affect your stomach and everything else. So definitely tough to try to get the right pain medication to be able to hang with that after having stomach surgery. So it's going to be a tough one, and I'll be praying for you, brother. I'll be praying for you, and hopefully a quick and easy recovery and pain-free recovery for you, and hopefully everything ends up a-okay and perfect for you, Mr. Deacon. And can't wait to see you back in here and cheering these guys on and not having to be in pain or anything else. As we'll get ready to pull our third place finisher here, Jacob Stefanski, into the broadcast booth. Hey, Jacob, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. Do you get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Jake, man, what a drive. The 32 ride looked very, very fast here this evening, and you kind of hung out there for a little bit about that 5th, 6th position. We saw you battling hard there with the 15 of Matt Taylor for multiple laps until that final caution flag came out. Looked like you maybe saved a little extra tire on that 32 ride, and you were able to make quick work of Carl Kilgore, and then we saw obviously Hargraves having some issues back there behind you, but you were able to get around those guys and give yourself that little cushion to jump up into 30. You tracked down T-Jack. Almost looked like you were going to take over position number 2 from him, but then he found something again, another gear, and was able to kind of keep you back there at bay for that 3rd spot. But man, what a performance and what a drive here. Take us back through it from the driver's seat.
Yeah, I definitely saved probably the first 20 laps or so. I was just kind of riding, and those guys were putting on a heck of a show. Just hats off to them up front, between T-Jack and Grady and Carl and Hargreaves, and me and Matt Taylor, like you said, were running side by side. We ran side by side for probably 20, 25 laps and didn't touch once. Just some good clean racing up front, and those guys were kind of battling, and I was just kind of riding, and that caution came out, and I'm like, okay, just restarting on the top. I think it's go time a little bit to at least move up a couple spots, because like Carl and Will, they're both real fast guys. I mean, there was a good chunk of really fast guys in this field here tonight, so you kind of had to make the right decision when you were going to pass them, if you got that opportunity.
Absolutely. You struck at the right time as you were able to drive that 32 ride up into 3rd here. Fortunately, a couple spots shy of the checkered flag, but I mean, you can't hang your head knowing that you had so many great competitors back there behind you and 2 very good drivers there in front of you, and to come home 3rd, behind Grady Ehrman and Tyler Jackson is nothing to hang your head about, and something that, put a little bit of a chip on your shoulder here going into the Monday All-Stars series here coming up in just a few short weeks.
Sorry, repeat that?
And so, coming home in 3rd behind Grady Ehrman and Tyler Jackson is definitely nothing to hang your head about, and something to, put a little chip on your shoulder, a little bit of a, momentum boost going towards, the Monday Night All-Stars coming up in a few short weeks, knowing that you had such a great car and a great opportunity here in a great race, and be able to come home behind those 2 guys, knowing that you kind of had a good piece to be able to hang with them, putting yourself in a good position for the series.
Oh, absolutely. And, like you said, it's nothing to hang your hat on. Grady and T-Jack, they're no slouches. Those guys are fast anywhere they go. Even Carl Kilgore, I don't know if I've ever seen him finish outside the top 5. Matt Taylor's always cleaning, running good. Hargreaves kind of had a tough break, catching the wall there, and but just some really fast competition, and hopefully I can carry this momentum going into the Monday Night All Star series that I believe we're talking about starting up after the Racing for Randy races. Would be the 24th, I believe, of June this month, but we will be posting more about that soon. But hopefully this race, hopefully we put on a good enough show for the fans and some of the guys running tonight to hopefully carry into this league and maybe get a little bit more interest. Just to go out with a good group of guys, have some fun, own our mistakes, and get back to what this is supposed to be about. Let's just have some fun, and have some respect for each other, own our mistakes, and move on and have a good night.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what Grady said and T-Jack said, going out there, and whether or not they came first or second, or if they came home in 13th and 14th, they were out here just having fun, having a good time, having a smile on their face after, 60 hard-fought laps, and to run door to door, and respectful racing with all these great competitors is always something that they look forward to, and they're pretty pumped and pretty ecstatic, especially T-Jack, about the new series coming up here in just a couple, next month.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad that they both said that they had a good time as well. Hopefully everybody else did as well. And hopefully they'll want to join up on that Monday Night All Stars action. It should be a really good time, and I believe we'll probably get everybody who ran it last season back. So even if we added another 5 to 10 cars to that already stacked field, I think weekly we were at about a 5,000 I rating, and just had a lot of respect for each other and a lot of really good races. Sometimes you'd get a guy, like Hargreaves, where he just really was on his game, and he'd be checked out. But the racing was never lacking, even with the cars that we did have. So hopefully this will carry into that, and we'll just continue having a good time.
Absolutely, brother. Couldn't say it any better. Hopefully it just keeps on building and getting better and better and better, and to be able to see racing like we did here this evening, if we can see that all season long, is going to be one wild show and going to be a lot of fun for all the fans in the grandstands and all the sponsors and everyone to sit back, relax, and enjoy some amazing racing like we did here this evening. And for you to be able to come home with a solid third place run is going to feel pretty dang good, as well as you park that 32 ride up here on the front straightaway. Jacob, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here this evening?
Yeah, I gotta thank my guys over at Throttle Down Motorsports. Got to thank Sunrise Racing, Forever Tandem Boutique, PJ NFB Auto Car and Trailer Sales, Steve's Lawn Care, you for putting on these broadcasts, man. You do a fantastic job, and we always enjoy having you put on these shows for us. It's always a good time. Got to thank WB Creative Designs, always keeping my cars looking fantastic. And just shout out to I'll do a shout out to T-Jack and Grady on their top threes. Just some really good racing up front there, and hopefully we continue this going.
Absolutely, brother. Well, Jacob, congrats on the third place run. A beautiful drive here this evening for you, and a beautiful drive by everyone out there on the racetrack, man. A great performance and a lot of fun, and we can't wait to see you guys back out there on the racetrack here in a month's time from now, basically, for the Racing for Randy. 3 races in one night, a lot of money on the line for the top performers, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch you guys duke it out in that one. And obviously, when the Monday Night All-Stars comes back into swing, and seeing you guys out there weekly is going to be a great sight and a great feeling to have you guys back up in the booth on a weekly basis.
Absolutely, and that just to throw it out there for the viewers watching, because usually you put on these broadcasts for dirt street stock races or late models. Typically, a lot of the dirt street stock guys, if they're not in the race, they're watching it. Same with the other series like late models, etc. That Racing for Randy race is going to be a blast. 3 races, like you said, a lot of money on the line. If you're not already over in the Racing for Randy Discord, you can always shoot me a DM and I can send it to you and invite you, or even the Dirt Class Super Street Stock Series for the Monday Night All Stars as well. That is also going to have a pretty fair purse for the whole season, as well as weekly payouts for, I believe, the top 3. So it's a lot to look forward to, and hopefully, maybe we can get some more guys out here. Some of those front runners that are always putting on a good show in all the other leagues as well, and we can just go out and have a good time.
Absolutely, brother, and that's what we look forward to seeing, and that's hopefully what we see on a weekly basis. But Jacob, congrats on the third place run here this evening, and I hope you have a great rest of your Monday, and can't wait to see you back out there on the racetrack.
Thanks, Aaron. You too, man. You have a great night.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our third place finisher, Jacob Stefanski. Stefanski coming home there in that third position. A great run and a great drive there for the 32 machine as the Throttle Down Motorsports ride there in that third spot. A huge shout out to Throttle Down Motorsports, the Dirt Clash Super Street Series, and the Monday Night All-Stars for bringing us on board again here for another amazing season, bringing us in here for a beautiful Monday evening broadcast with a lot of money on the line here for some drivers to earn from the beautiful dirt track at Charlotte. But unfortunately, that is going to do it here for us this evening as the racing action has come to a close, and we will call it a day there on that note. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you guys out there in the next one. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen.